All right, hi everybody. Welcome to our read of the Penguins of Madagascar. Woo! Yeah. And tonight we are a small but mighty cast, an elite unit. And
we have a new visitor.
we have a new visitor, a new cast member tonight. So to get us started, Angie, go ahead and.
I like eating.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm scene description.
I'm Chelsea, and I'm Skipper.
I'm Eric. I'm Kowalski.
I'm Joey. I'm Short Fuse.
I'm Katie. I'm Private.
And I'm Logan. I'm going to be Classified and Dave.
Cool. All right. Go ahead. Take it away, Angie.
Penguins of Madagascar. Screenplay by Michael Colton, John Aboud, and Brandon Sawyer. Story by Alan Schoolcraft, Brent Simmons, Michael Colton, and John Aboud. Exterior, an icy cliff in Antarctica. We open on a snow-covered windy desert. As the camera pans over the snow, a voice narrates, similar to a Discovery Channel special. Antarctica, an inhospitable wasteland, but even here, on the Earth's frozen bottom, we find life. The wind reveals an egg revealed under the snow, eventually uncovering it and pushing it down a hill where it continues to roll over the snow. And not just any life. The egg rolls over a crest to reveal a line of marching penguins, joyous, frolicking, waddling, cute, and cuddly life. Look at them tumbling onto their chubby bum-bums. As the penguins topple onto each other like dominoes, they almost fall on the three young penguins, Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico. They move out of the way just in time so they don't get crushed. Who could take these frisky snow clowns?
Seriously? Does anyone even know where we're marching to?
Who cares?
I question nothing.
Me too!
Me too.
Well, fine. We'll just fly to the front of the line and see for ourselves. Kowalski, Rico, engage aerial surveillance.
They flap their wings, but penguins can't fly, so they go nowhere.
Skipper, we appear to be flightless.
Well, what's the point of these?
Rico has an idea. He slaps Skipper's wing in a sort of high-five motion.
Oh, I like it. Hey, this could be our thing. What are we going to call it? Let's call it the High One.
The egg from before rolls under the trio, flipping them over.
Hey, anybody see that? That's an egg. Someone going to go get it? We can't do that. Why not?
Well, it's a dangerous world out there, and we're just penguins. You know, nothing but cute and cuddly.
Yeah, why do you think there are always documentary crews filming us? We zoom out to see a cameraman and a soundman recording the line of marching penguins.
Well, sorry, kid. You know, we lose a few eggs every year. It's just nature. Oh, right, nature. I guess that makes sense, but something deep down in my gut tells me it makes no sense at all. You know what? I reject nature.
The other penguins utter a collective gasp of disbelief.
Who's with me?
Skipper cries out and starts sliding toward the egg. Kowalski and Rico look at each other. The camera follows Skipper as he slides after the egg. Suddenly, a huge cliff is revealed to be at the edge of the plains, which Skipper sees, so he tries to stop himself. The egg stops right on the edge of the cliff, and Skipper, unable to stop his inertia, slams into it, knocking both the egg and him off the cliff. However, Kowalski and Rico grab him just in time, and Rico swings them all back onto the cliff edge. They all watch in horror as the egg slides between icy spikes, lands on a shallow ice shelf, slides off, then rolls up onto a large snowball, which leaps into a shipwreck at the bottom of the cliff. The snowball cracks open, and the egg, unharmed, rolls down safely onto the deck. The penguins sigh in relief.
The old ship. No one's ever returned from there alive.
A seagull comes to rest on the deck of the ship.
Relax, Kowalski. There's a bird down there now. He's fine.
Rico waves at the bird when suddenly a leopard seal comes out of a nearby hole in the hull and eats the seagull in one bite. The three penguins stare in shock.
Leopard seals. Nature's snakes.
Aren't snakes nature snakes?
How should I know? We live in the flippin' frozen tundra.
Two more seals join the first one, and they all approach the egg.
They're going for the egg. Give me a way down there, ASAP.
All one would have to do is collect 300 feet of kelp, dry it in the...
He trails off as we pull back to see the documentary crew has followed the three young penguins and are hovering over them, recording them as the narrator speaks. Tiny and helpless, the baby penguins are frozen with fear. They know if they fall from this cliff, they will surely die. Gunter, give him a shove. The boom mic operator places the mic behind the three penguins like a golf club and prepares to swing it.
Ours and the jellyfish, we've trained to obey simple voice commands.
The sound man shoves the penguins off the cliff with his mic.
Now that's more like it.
The penguins go through the exact same sequence the egg did, landing in the boat inside the giant snowball. When it cracks open, the three penguins slide across the deck toward the egg. Rico grabs the egg and holds it over his head in triumph.
Attaboy, Rico. Don't let him have it.
Rico hesitates for a split second, then decides to swallow the egg, prompting shock from the seals.
Okay, I guess that works.
The seals recover from their shock and begin to chase the penguins around the boat.
Get to high ground.
The penguins swing up a rope and land on a spearhead of a large harpoon gun.
Booyah!
Success.
The seals slowly climb the gun, trying to reach them.
I'd recommend firing it now.
Nope, hold on.
We really should fire it.
No, not until we see the white of its eyes.
They're mostly pupil, very little white, almost none.
They gotta have a little bit of right?
None whatsoever.
What if they look really far to the left?
The seal in Skipper's face bites at him, but he slaps at it and it falls backwards, its body triggering the gun's switch.
Fire in the hole!
The gun launches the harpoon and the penguins that are sitting on it. The harpoon bounces off the ship's air pipe and flies higher. The penguins soar through the air as the ship's pipe falls over to the deck of the ship. Rico lands flat on a nearby iceberg. Kowalski lands right on top of his belly, causing Rico to spit out the egg. Skipper lands upside down on Kowalski's head, and the egg lands safely on Skipper's feet at the top of the penguin tower. The ship explodes from afar, and the shockwave sets the iceberg in motion, causing it to drift away.
Kowalski, analysis?
We are really awesome at this.
Boys, we did it. Mission accomplished. Hey, we could do our thing. High one!
They all high one until Skipper accidentally slaps the egg they just saved, cracking it.
Oops, my bad.
The penguins all look in awe as the egg starts to hatch.
Look, it's the miracle of birth.
A moment of extraordinary beauty.
Private's egg explodes open, splashing the three penguins with goo, much to their disgust.
Oh, that is disgusting. I think I have amniotic sac in my mouth.
The newly hatched private gets up, and the three other penguins look at him lovingly.
Hello. Are you my family?
The three penguins are wide-eyed and look back, realizing they're floating away from the land, and then nod to each other in a sort of silent agreement before turning back to face Private. Skipper opens his mouth to speak, but then...
You don't have a family, and we're all going to die. Sorry.
What? What?
Skipper elbows Kowalski.
What? I thought that was what we're all nodding about.
No one's gonna die. You know what you got, kid? You got us. We got each other. If that ain't a family, I don't know what is.
He salutes Private, who salutes back.
So adorable.
He turns away from Private, looking at the horizon.
Kowalski, what's our trajectory?
95% certain we're still doomed.
And the other 5%?
Adventure and glory like no penguins I've ever seen before.
I'll take that action.
But where are we going?
The future, boys. The glorious future.
Fade 2, title card, The Glorious Future, 10 years later. We all see 4 silhouettes of Marty, Melman, Gloria, and Alex dancing from the circus at the end of Madagascar 3. Kowalski lights up a long fuse at the end of the cannon filled with firework rockets. A mashup of Move It and Afro Circus plays.
Ah, that song! I swear it's gonna make me lose my salmon.
Singing getting louder, Skipper.
Well, move faster. Somebody get that wig off of Private.
Private is dancing to the mashup with a rainbow afro wig, but Rico swings over to him on a rope and removes the wig off his head, causing him to stop dancing.
Kowalski, status report.
I'm getting really tired of this song.
Kowalski, Rico, and Private pole vault a circus banner and themselves into the cannon.
Well, the best part of owning a circus is you can transport a cannon over state lines.
The fuse reaches the cannon's hull. Fireworks fly out of the circus tent, along with the penguins, who use the circus banner as a parachute. The title card appears, illuminated by the fireworks spectacle. Title card, Penguins of Madagascar. The penguins continue to float down slowly in their makeshift parachute as Skipper speaks.
10 years ago on this very day, a tiny egg hatched, and our world got a little bit cuter. So tonight, Private, we celebrate your birthday by infiltrating the United States Gold Depository at Fort Knox.
Splendid.
Fort Knox can now be seen below them. They are quickly drifting down toward it.
There she is, boys. The object of our unholy desire. Butter on our biscuit. The royal flush. The... What was that?
Skipper.
Private! What's our rule about interrupting analogies?
Sorry. Please continue.
Moment's gone. Private ruined it.
Sir, we're approaching our target.
The penguins slam into the exterior wall of the fort, and the parachute hangs on the corner while the penguins fall onto the roof.
Almost gone.
But Skipper, I really don't.
Are you questioning my leadership, Private?
No, sir.
Too bad.
The penguins quickly get back up and head to the edge of the roof.
Because I respect a soldier with some moxie.
Really, then I really think we should.
Whoa. Dial back the moxie, sass mouth. Huh, look at you. Still so adorable.
Below, a guard steps out of the building.
Fire in the hole!
They throw a toy clock from the ceiling onto the ground in front of the guards. It spins wildly and stops at 8 as the guards look up confusedly.
8 o'clock. Night time.
The clock emits a pink gaseous cloud, which causes the guards to fall down unconscious. The penguins slip into the building. On the loading zone, the penguins roll intermittently according to the black and white pattern on the zone, staying hidden in plain sight. They approach a triple lock steel door.
Please enter passcode.
Kowalski, you're up.
The penguins stack on top of one another next to a speaker on top of the 3 locks, with Kowalski at the top.
Please enter passcode.
Rico, sonic incursion device.
Rico tosses him a cassette player. He presses rewind on it, and then he presses the play button, playing Foggy Mountain Breakdown by Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs.
Oh, come on. You're kidding, right?
Kentucky, Skipper. They do love their flat and Scruggs.
Hey, y'all, come in now. You hear? Have yourself a cup of iced tea.
One by one, the locks on the door unlock, and the door slowly opens, creeping yellow light across the penguins. Inside the vault lays mountains of bars of gold.
Private, if you could have one thing you wanted in the whole wide world, what would it be?
Well, gee, Skipper, I think to be really, I think to be a meaningful and valued member of this team.
Oh, well, we got you something else.
Oh.
The camera zooms across the room of gold to a vending machine in the break room. Kowalski and Rico both carry Private and drop him in front of the machine.
A vending machine?
Not just any vending machine, Private. The
Oh,
last remaining home in America's nanny state for those succulent but chemically hazardous bits of puffed heaven called
JC Dibbles!
Happy Ding Dong Birthday, you little scamp.
Thank you!
Private pecks Skipper on the cheek, followed by Kowalski, finally giving one to Rico, only for the latter to hold Private in a long beak-to-beak kiss before releasing him. Private jumps back, spitting and rubbing his mouth.
You mess with Bull, you're gonna get the horns, Private. Now hit that machine and get your present.
Private tosses the coin into the machine, presses a button, and tries to reach in the slot to get the bag that dropped.
We just broke into the most secure facility in North America. You know what that means?
We're wanted criminals who will be on the lam for the rest of our lives, always feeling the hot breath of Johnny Law on our necks.
No! It means as elite units go, we're the elitist of the elite, top shelf in the Bureau. Penultimate, +1.
As Private struggles to get the bag out of the vending machine, he ends up getting pulled into the machine by an unseen force.
Where'd Private go?
The three penguins walk closer to the vending machine and peer inside. They notice that Private is stuck up the machine in one of the food slots.
Oh, there he is, D3.
Oh, Private. How much is he?
He's $3.50, sir.
Well, that's outrageous. Even for Private.
Suddenly, a purple octopus tentacle comes out of the vending machine slot, grabs Rico, and pulls him into the machine.
Sir, the machine is alive.
The octopus tentacle comes out again and grabs Kowalski.
I don't think I like your attitude, vending machine, or your prices. Release them.
The tentacle comes back out and pulls Skipper in. Skipper pops into one of the snack slots along with his team. A guard comes into the room, hastily assuming firing stance as he notices the penguins in the vending machine. The machine sprouts out more octopus tentacles and scrambles, tackling the guard, bursting through the wall. More guards fail to stop the machine as it climbs up a stack of gold bars. It bursts through the building's glass ceiling and is caught by the helicopter cable. The helicopter flies off, the vending machine in tow. Cut to exterior Venice. The helicopter lowers the vending machine into a submarine. The machine is now empty of all cheesy dibble bags. It is placed on the floor and lifted to reveal a steel cage. Dozens of empty dibble bags spill around the cage, releasing orange powder. The penguins are dirty with the powder. Kowalski and Private lie on the floor of the cage together, clearly sick from eating all the dibbles. Skipper scans the half-lit deck and crunches a dibble from the bag.
Kowalski, analysis.
All evidence indicates. Oh, I ate too many cheesy dibbles.
Private coughs out an orange cloud of dust.
We're behind enemy lines and incredibly thirsty. Rico, bust us out of this delicious prison.
Rico sticks out his tongue, which has a paper clip on it, and uses the clip to unlock the door. The penguins all hop out and assume battle stances.
Nice work, Rico. You are a meaningful and valued member of this team.
As the penguins exit the cage, Private looks up at the paperclip Rico used, takes it, shrugs, and then swallows it. He struggles to cough it down.
Private, quit lollygagging and regular gagging.
Sorry.
It's dark and ominous. Two of my least favorite traits in a room.
Ooh, look. A button.
Huh? Private, don't!
Private pushes the button and the platform underneath them descends as they drop down into another room. The speed clears them of the orange dust.
Now, what have I told you about?
Sorry. What?
An enormous ray weapon wheels over to them and a steel pointer pops out, stopping just short of Skipper's beak.
It looks like some sort of giant laser sent to kill us all, sir.
Skipper steps back from the laser's pointed end.
Ooh, another one.
No!
They stop Private from pushing the button just in time, all of their flippers hovering over the button. Suddenly, a gooey substance drops down from the panel and their flippers from above. Penguins look up.
Naughty, naughty.
He is seen walking on the catwalk, but the camera reveals that he is walking upside down.
pretty birds belong in their cages.
He drops down from the ceiling into the crumbled ball of tangled limbs. The penguins groan in disgust. The scientist rights himself and screws his head toward them.
Ew.
Ew.
Now that's just hurtful. I was so happy to see you again, Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and sweet little Private. Boop.
Who are you?
The humans know me as Dr. Octavius Brine, renowned geneticist, cheese enthusiast, and frequent donor to NPR pledge drives. But you know me by a different, much older name. A name perhaps you'd hope to never hear again. A phantom, a shadow of your former life.
A purple octopus emerges from the costume of Dr. Brine.
You're who?
The penguins give a long, surprised look at Dave, who still has the Dr. Brine hairpiece in his hand, on his head.
Kowalski?
Sorry, sir. I have no clue.
Dave.
Dave?
Dave.
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 Dave. Blah.
Dave gives a confused look. A cricket chirp is heard. The penguins look to see a cricket doing the chirp, who then stops.
Sorry.
He starts to leave and then stops and turns to walk in the other direction.
Wait, I'll leave this way.
Go ahead, Dan. Continue.
You seriously don't remember me?
Dave. Dave, right. Oh, yeah, long time. How's the wife?
In response, Dave punches a wall above Skipper's head. Skipper ducks just in time to avoid getting his head smashed.
I've never been married. You may not remember me, but I could never forget you.
Dave grabs a snow globe off a nearby shelf, which happens to be filled with snow globes from all over the world, and shakes it.
Let's shake up some old memories. New York City.
The snowflakes fade into a flashback of the Central Park Zoo before the first Madagascar film.
The Central Park Zoo. Life was good, roomy tank, great location, monkey house views, and of course, my adoring legion of fans.
A younger Dave does tricks while kids look on excitedly through the glass of his tank. Cool.
Dave, the octopus of 1,000 tricks.
Awesome!
I was the total package.
Wow.
Hey, kids, you got to see this. Get up here, quick!
And then you arrived.
Dave's head pops out of the water of his tank, and we see that in the middle of an island within his tank are 4 baby penguins, Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Private.
Oh, they're so adorable!
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
And took everything from me.
Dave looks on sadly as people ignore him in favor of watching the new baby penguins.
They're so cute.
They're adorable.
Have you ever seen anything cuter?
4 adorable baby penguins. With you around, no one wanted an old octopus anymore. Out you go, Dave.
Dave is suddenly fished out of the tank and thrown into a transport box labeled San Diego Marine Park. Cut to San Diego Marine Park.
So it went. Over and over at zoo after aquarium.
Dave is put into smaller and smaller tanks with each new marine park he is sent to.
Adorable penguins stole the show.
Cut to Brazil Zoo.
while I was shunned, forgotten.
Cut to Tokyo Zoo. Dave is shown inside a very cramped tank next to the bathrooms. When the toilet flushes off screen, the water in Dave's tank goes down as the toilet water circulates.
Unwanted.
Fade to back inside the submarine, present, where Dave is still holding the snow globe. Private stands next to him, a look of sympathy on his face.
Alone.
That sounds awful.
Oh, it was. I came to realize some creatures are born to get all the love. The rest of us get nothing. The only thing that has kept me going all these years is my burning thirst for revenge.
Penguins are unsure of how to react. They look at him like he's lost his mind.
My precious souvenir Slogo collection.
He motions to the rows of snow globes, which are now being gobbled up by Rico. Rico swallows the entirety of Dave's snow globe collection, gagging on the last one.
Ah! What is wrong with you?
Rico downs the last globe before returning to the other penguins.
Daryl. You can't blame us for what happened to you.
Dave suddenly grabs a nearby canister of bubbling green liquid and holds it up in front of the penguins.
That's how this whole revenge thing works. And with this, I finally have the power to destroy you.
Crikey.
Smaller, subordinate octopi who have been hiding nearby the entire time shed their camouflage and surround the penguins.
Nicholas, cage them!
I've got some bad news for you, Dennis. You mess with the wrong birds, because we are an elite unit, the best of the best, cream of the corn on a platinum cob. And we're gonna take your deadly green goop and sashay right on out the exit hatch.
How are you going to do that?
Deploy secret weapon.
The penguins form a tower with Rico on top, and they spin around as Rico burps out orange dibble dust onto the octopus's eyes. Dave drops the canister of green goo as he tries to shield his eyes.
Ah! Jeez! It burns!
Roll out.
The penguins roll in the canister over the lift. Rico swallows the canister and winks at a furious Dave. Skipper presses the button and the platform rises toward the exit.
Them.
Exterior, a seaside coffee shop in Venice.
All right, boys, it's just like Cuba. Taxi!
The team bounces on table umbrellas, eventually landing on a nearby gondola, which flips over, causing the passengers and driver to fall into the water. The only human remaining on board is a mandolin player. Skipper flips him a coin.
How about some music? Something chasey.
The musician plays tense and suspenseful music on his mandolin.
Here they come.
The penguins turn to see the three octopi minions following.
Let's move.
Kowalski, Rico, and Private begin to quickly stroke the water with their oars while the octopi leap onto the canal, continuing their pursuit underwater. The penguins bump into another gondola driver who shouts at them in Italian. The octopi jump up and grab hold of his body, manipulating his movements in order to catch up with the penguins.
We got baddies. 6 o'clock.
Kowalski, battle formation.
Skipper jumps on top of Kowalski and swings his oar at the cephalopods, who in turn swing theirs as though a sword fight.
So, you squeegees want to do the gondola mambo. Let's dance.
He is squirted in the eyes with octopus ink.
Ah, mother of pearl, that stings. I've lost visual. Kowalski, be my eyes.
Left. All right, right. Up, duck.
Skipper ducks as the octopi smack a window with their oar instead. An Italian man opens a window, slamming into the octopi.
I think I got him.
They are down, sir.
Excelente.
The octopi recover and catapult themselves into the penguins.
Skipper!
They're back up, and we're running out of canal.
Parker Posey, go all terrain.
The Penguins leap the boat out of the water and use their oars as legs for the boat, walking it amongst the people, eating and drinking at the water's edge. A wolf sipping on some tea catches sight of the shenanigans. One octopus swipes away Skipper's oar.
We've lost engine 1!
A second octopus steals Kowalski and Rico's oars.
And 2 and 3.
A third snatches Private's oar.
4.
Switch to emergency power.
The gondola crashes right on top of a Vespa.
Aye, aye, Skipper.
Private clutches the drive handle, and the gondola Vespa speeds around the corner and down the street, the octopi still on their tails. They enter an alley, a dead end with a cart full of watermelons at the end of it.
We've got melons, dead ahead.
Rico vomits out a fish and throws it like a boomerang. It hits the back of the melon cart, which drops, forming a ramp onto the roofs. The penguins and the octopi slide up it and are launched into the air, the Vespa separating from the gondola, and for a moment, everyone is floating. Skipper grabs a towel out of the air and finally wipes his face clean.
I can see! Rico, the glowy thing!
In the commotion, Rico has spit up the goo canister. He grabs it and re-swallows it just as an octopus was about to grab it. Skipper flies through the clothesline and gets his head stuck in a sock.
Venetian, blinded again!
The gondola lands safely on the ground, still sliding from the momentum, but the octopi land on it as well.
We've been boarded.
Initiate self-destruct sequence.
A passing driver crashes into and destroys the gondola as the penguins slide down the alleyway on a remaining piece of wood. The mandolin player lands safely on a chair nearby.
Nice. Frankly, I'm surprised we had a self-destruct sequence.
Penguins crash into a trash bag and then get up and assume battle stance. Skipper, his head still covered by the sock, is facing the wrong way. The octopi advance on them.
All right, boys, battle stance.
We're in battle stance, sir.
Rico takes a sock off Skipper's head.
Okay, good. Now we spring our trap.
I'm not sure they're the ones that are trapped, sir.
Kowalski, remember our little talk about true but unhelpful comments?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you just have to wing it.
A snowy owl flies in just then, grabbing an octopus with her claws and throwing it through a high window, as Kowalski looks on in awed reverence.
Wow.
A seal comes out from ice cream cone decoration and throws a bomb in front of another octopus, blasting it into the walls. The telephone box behind him opens up like a transformer, revealing a polar bear holding a large stun gun. He zaps the last octopus and it shrivels into a storm drain.
Sorry for underestimating your plan, sir.
It's okay, Kowalski. Just don't ever doubt me again. Know what the heck is going on?
A jet flies in then and stops overhead. The wolf from before slides down a safety line and shoves his badge in their faces.
Remain calm, penguins. You are now under the protection of the North Wind. You're welcome.
Cut to interior North Wind jet. Corporal has all 4 penguins in his arms and is squeezing them in a big bear hug.
Oh my god, you guys are so cute. You guys are just so cute and candied.
Get away! Get away! No more hugs!
It's like being licked by a basket full of puppy dogs.
Corporal.
Corporal finally acknowledges his team leader and sets the penguins down, putting his hands together and on his heart before turning back to his console. Private mirrors the gesture.
Chart a course back to the North Wind headquarters. Ava, inform them we're bringing in witnesses.
Private, dibble me.
Private hands Skipper a bag of cheesy dibbles, and Skipper jumps up onto the jet's console in front of Classified.
We're not going anywhere with you. We don't even know who the heck you are.
The North Wind is an elite undercover.
Skipper takes a bite from the cheesy dibble, which causes Classified to repeat his introduction. Every time Classified speaks to the next interchange, Skipper munches another dibble.
The North Wind is an elite undercover interspecies task force dedicated to helping
Classified is getting angry now and tries to speak as quickly as he can so as not to be interrupted by Skipper's dibble munching.
Dedicated to helping animals who can't help themselves. Penguins.
Skipper eats one final cheesy dibble before dusting off his flippers and tossing the empty bag away.
Really? And you are?
My name is Classified.
Classified, eh? Can't really. What is that, Dutch? Can't really hear the accent.
Excuse me?
There's the accent.
No, my name isn't Classified. My name is Classified because I am the leader of this strike team.
Classified begins to introduce each member of his team, motioning to each as he does so.
The seal is Short Fuse, weapons and explosives. The bear is Corporal, he's our muscle. And the owl is Ava, intelligence and analysis.
Well, Agent Classified, we happen to be an elite unit too.
Skipper leans forward, but as he does so, he steps on a large red button.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
You know, you should really label these things.
Classified presses the button again and the self-destruct system turns off. Skipper grabs his still outstretched paw and shakes it with his flippers.
Name's Skipper. I run this outfit. Back there is Kowalski. He's the brains of our operation. Say something smart, Kowalski.
Kowalski just stares at Eva, transfixed by her.
See? He's working on a whole nother level. And Rico, he's our demolition expert.
Rico destroys one of the jet's luxurious chairs with his beak.
See? He destroyed that chair for the sheer fun of it. No reason at all. And then there's Private. He's sort of our, secretary / mascot.
Private salutes, but then looks crushed that he doesn't have an official title or a position of a useful member of the team.
Cute.
Cuddly. Oh, sorry.
Well, let's see how Cute and Cuddly handles this next bit.
Classified pushes a garage door opener as they fly toward a giant iceberg. A door on the side opens and the jet flies through. Classified looks pleased with himself, but is quickly deflated at Skipper's reaction.
Nice doggy door.
Classified brings the ship down on the landing pad as the Penguins take in the interior of the North Wind's headquarters.
Well. Not a bad place you got here, Classified.
Thank you. That's not my name.
Cut to Interior North Wind's office. Corporal, Short Fuse, and Eva are sitting with the control panel in front of a large screen, while Classified makes himself a cup of tea and regards the penguins. The 4 penguins are sitting at a conference table, messing with the controls on their chairs.
All right, tiny penguins. The best way for the North Wind to protect helpless animals like yourselves is to bring Dr. Brine to justice. Now, you were inside his sub, so I need to know everything you know.
The penguins figure out the controls on the chairs and flip a switch, causing each of them to be propelled up into the air in their chairs.
Yoo-hoo!
Ah!
Hey!
Hey!
Just tell me everything you know.
All right. Numero uno. Never trust a Dutchman in a tulip fight.
Tulip fight?
Canada is secretly training an army of Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Hot dogs are, in fact, only 17% actual dog.
17%. Not everything. Just everything regarding your abduction by Dr. Octavius Brine.
Ah! Why didn't you say so?
What?
My team has uncovered that Dr. Octavius Brine is actually an individual known as Derek.
Dave.
As Dave, the octopus. Oh. What?
An octopus? No. Dr. Brian is not an octopus. He is.
An octopus. Precisely. That's exactly what our intel indicated.
Classified moves from data on a screen into an electronic trash can before speaking into a wristwatch.
Release the sheep.
Cut 2. Exterior barn where a confused sheep is kicked out and then resumes eating grass. Back to interior North Wind meeting room.
What you, of course, could not know is that Dr. Brine's laboratory in Venice is secretly developing a doomsday weapon called the Medusa Serum.
Ah, but what you don't know is that Dave won't be using his bazooka serum,
Medusa serum.
on anybody.
That part is accurate.
Show him, Rico.
Rico hacks up the vial containing the Medusa serum.
You stole the Medusa Serum?
Stole the serum, saved the day, did your job for you. Call it what it will.
Suddenly, the large screen in front of them glitches and goes to a FaceTime call, revealing Dave.
Debbie.
Dave. He hacked into our system.
Dave speaks, but there's no sound from his side. Where's the sound?
Dave, your microphone, it's not on.
You just push the button with the picture of the microphone.
Every time a villain call, this happens.
Hello?
Well, now we can hear you, but we cannot see you.
It's like talking to my parents. How about now?
Everyone cheers in agreement.
Hey.
Hey,
Yes, we've got you. That's fantastic. Excellent. Now, where was I?
The mood turns serious again as they all glare at Dave on the screen.
North Wind. I see you've met my old zoo mates.
We were never mates. There was no mating.
Turn yourself in, David. You're powerless now that I've stolen your precious Medusa serum.
What? You didn't steal that.
It's over. It's over? Then why did I call you? Weird. Or maybe it was to show you this.
Dave turns the camera to show them a giant glass tube containing more Medusa serum, and everyone gasps in shock.
That is a lot of serum for 4 penguins.
Oh, you thought this was just about you four. No. We're just getting started.
Dave takes a selfie with the camera.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go do some shopping. For revenge.
Dave presses the button to turn off the screen, but nothing happens. He presses it again, and still nothing happens.
How do you...
Dave puts on a pair of reading glasses and turns to his octopi thugs for help.
What do I push? Is it the red? I thought it was the... It's not this.
One of the thugs presses something, and the screen goes blank. The selfie of Dave in front of the serum comes out in the printer. Suddenly, an alarm starts blaring. Incoming alert!
Put it on the screen.
The Berlin Zoo. 15 penguins missing.
Dave's kidnapping other penguins.
no doubt cute and cuddly.
What's the next?
We have to move.
We have to move.
What?
What's the next read?
For our A game.
What's the next?
Everybody huddle up.
Ready to jet. I'm initiating North Wind Protocol Zeta.
12 more penguins taken from the London Zoo.
Okay, boys, this is it. The mission we've been preparing for our entire lives. We're gonna take down Dave and die trying. Kowalski, cancel our improv class.
Yes, sir.
Rico, equipify. Private, do that little thing I like.
Private salutes while making a silly face.
It's still funny.
Skipper, good news. I got them to credit our class.
Sir, the jet is ready.
The penguins have found jetpacks and are beginning to fly around the room with them, all except for Rico, who is looking for useful things to swallow.
Oh yeah, baby, just like Super Bowl 19.
What is it? They're stealing my stuff.
Rico swallows a missile.
No, this mission has no place for a pathetic waddle of useless penguins.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you calling pathetic?
Enough!
Classified bangs on the table, causing Rico to jump and spit out the missile, which flies through a nearby window and destroys the jet they came in on.
See, Rico, that's why you can't have nice things.
Classified starts hitting the penguins with the tranquilizer darts, rendering them unconscious. Kowalski is flirting with Eva when he is struck by a dart.
You know, I'm pretty good with computers myself.
He loses consciousness as the dart hits him, causing him to crash into a laptop Eva was using. Corporal gently puts the sleeping penguins in a small cardboard box.
Oh,
Put on your jammies, Penguin.
Oh,
They are even cute when they're asleep.
Not to me.
I want these butterballs out of my way and out of my mission. Ship them to one of our safe houses, the most remote place on the planet.
Corporal closes the box. Cut 2. Interior plane heading to Madagascar. The penguins wake up inside the box, which we are viewing from the outside.
Where the heck are we?
oxygen content is low. I suggest we limit our breathing.
A loud fart.
Private.
The penguins use their beaks to rip holes in the box and breathe fresh air.
I'm sorry, I get gassy when I fly.
Dude, sweet, he does.
We must be on a plane.
The penguins push the box over and it pops open. Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico still have the darts in their necks. Private has a dart on his butt.
What did Northwind do to us?
Oh, they gave us badges.
Not
They all pull out the darts.
tranquilizer darts. Classified. That low-down, dirty dog is trying to kick us off the mission.
He thinks we can't save the penguins because we're just penguins.
Well, penguins are our flesh and feathers. They're us. And if anybody's gonna save us, it's us.
But Skipper, we've got to be 5 miles up. That pretty much limits our options.
I make my own options.
Skipper presses a nearby release button and the back of the plane opens, causing the cargo and the penguins to get sucked into the air.
Brilliant move, Skipper, but now we seem to be outside the plane.
Well, I kind of got caught up in the moment. Hindsight's 2020. Okay, Kowalski, your turn to pick up the slack.
Why don't we catch that plane?
The penguins slam into the front window of the passing airline.
First strike. Log it.
The pilot turns on the windshield wipers, which push the penguins off the window and back into free fall.
We got another target at 12 o'clock.
Good. It's only 11:30. Follow me, boys. We're going in hot.
Private starts burning like a meteor.
No one likes to show off, Private.
Aim for first class.
The penguins crash through the hull of the plane, causing the passengers to scream. Private lands in a bowl of ice, which douses the flames.
I'm okay.
Kowalski, where does this aircraft go?
Kowalski holds up a croissant.
With the odd shape of this bagel, I'd say we're headed for Paris.
France? Forget it. Not with their tax laws.
Then I would suggest a mid-air transfer.
Affirmative.
Penguins jump on top of a serving cart and roll down the aisle toward the cockpit, as Private frantically throws bags of peanuts at the passengers.
Peanuts, 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 Skipper.
Try pretzels, Private. Bingo. There's our ride, boys.
Skipper looks out the front window and spots another plane. He grabs the hula doll stuck to the dash and tries to woo it.
Can't stay, doll. Danger is my mistress.
He dips the doll, but it bounces back and slaps him.
Stop! Rico, more height.
Rico grabs the pilot's head, which causes the pilot to pull back the controls. The plane rises higher into the air, and the cart holding the penguins begins to roll back down the aisle in the other direction. Private begins frantically throwing bags of pretzels at passengers as they pass them.
Pretzels, 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 pretzel, pretzel. We're out of pretzels.
Yeah? Then we're leaving just in time because these folks are gonna freak!
Deploy flaps.
Private extends the side trays of their serving cart while Rico jumps ahead and opens the side exit door of the plane. The cart rolls out the door and flies through the air toward the other plane.
Stay on target.
We're gonna catch it. We're gonna catch it.
They nearly catch the other plane, but the tray misses it by a few feet.
Crikey, we're not gonna catch it.
Wait a minute. Where's Skipper?
Skipper has jumped off the tray and into a nearby box, still falling through the air after being shot out of the cargo plane.
Time to get creative. Start grabbing boxes, boys.
Going long.
Private has found a box filled with parachutes and tries throwing one to Skipper, but he ignores it.
Oh, Private, stop playing with those backpacks. Find something useful.
Private lets go of the parachutes and waves at them as they float away from him. Rico, meanwhile, finds a box with a bouncy house inside.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work.
The penguins frantically begin blowing air into the bouncy house as they fall.
400 meters, 300 meters.
Speak American, Kowalski.
Sorry, sir. 218 yards, 109 yards.
Cut to exterior desert floor. They now fully inflated bouncy house falls out of the sky and lands on the desert floor. Moments later, the penguins all fall onto it before bouncing out safely into the sand.
Okay, then. It's clear what we need to do next.
The penguins all bounce happily in the bouncy house. Finally, they hop out, looking quite satisfied with themselves.
That feels right.
Impressive bouncing, boys. Now then, back to civilization. If we're gonna take Dexter down, we need to know where he's gonna strike next.
Cut to exterior Brazil Zoo, penguin exhibit. The Brazilian penguins are playing a game of football when suddenly the ball stops at the feet of Dr. Octavius Brine.
Elijah, would you please take them away?
The ball uncamouflages itself into one of the octopi, and the penguins are all taken away into Dr. Octavius Brine's helicopter. Just after they fly away, the north wind arrives in a new jet. Penguin footprints still warm. We just missed Dave.
Blasted, he's gone.
I'm still flipping news.
So many penguins. Ah!
Corporal rips a hard drive out of the jet and begins eating it.
Boss, he's stress eating again.
Corporal,
There.
Rub the angry out of the tummy.
Corporal, focus. We are going to save those helpless penguins because we are the North Wind and no one breaks the wind.
No one breaks the wind.
Now, we rescued those 4 penguins already.
Sir, those penguins, they never made it to Madagascar.
Well, where the dickens are they?
Cut to exterior Shanghai market. A hole appears in the ground as the 4 penguins pop their heads out. Rico spits out a mouthful of sand.
Kowalski, what are our coordinates?
My calculations, we've arrived in the center of Dublin, Ireland.
On-screen text reads, Shanghai.
All right, soldiers, we gotta blend in. River dance.
All 4 penguins river dance across the market street.
No time to kiss the Blarney Stone, boys. We need to find intel on Dave's location pronto. Aha!
Skipper spots a cephalopod lying in a market stall. He picks it up and begins to slap it across the face again and again.
All right, you, where's Dave? Give us the goods. Spit it out. Don't make me use Shalega.
Sir, that's a baby squid.
The baby squid begins to cry and Skipper gently places it back down.
Sorry, laddie. Stranded on the Emerald Isle without a single clue. Oh, so much for the luck of the Irish.
Skipper, look.
Kowalski points to a nearby television where a Chinese reporter is explaining in Mandarin a report of all the missing penguins across the world.
Huh? Agora! Does anyone speak Gaelic?
No, but it looks like Dave's been busy. He's stolen penguins from Guadalajara,
Madrid.
Paris!
Athens.
As they speak, Rico begins to spit out the snow globe collection he stole from Dave, and with each city they name, he spits out a corresponding globe.
Bangalore!
Dusseldorf.
Osaka.
Rio de Janeiro?
Gennaro.
Janeiro? Really?
Nairobi.
Amsterdam!
Baton Rouge.
Skipper examines the line of globes that Rico has spit out.
Dave's snow globe collection.
It's every zoo and aquarium he got kicked out of.
Don't tell me where he has been. Tell me where he will have has been next.
Rico starts gagging, straining to cough up the last globe.
Wait, what is it, Rico? It's a book. It's a film. It's a play. First word, 2 syllables. Sounds like huh. Sounds like huh. Sounds like huh. What starts with huh?
Rico spits out Dave's Shanghai snow globe.
Shanghai.
Dave hasn't been there yet, Skipper. If we hurry, we could still stop him.
Nice work, Rico. Pack your bagpipes, boys. It's time to blow this potato stand.
No.
Penguins pile themselves into a box as Skipper reaches out a flipper and slaps postage and a Shanghai sticker on it. A mail truck appears, loads up the box, then immediately reappears and throws the box back out again in the same spot. The penguins jump up and look around.
So this is it. Shanghai's famous Little Dublin district.
Skipper, look.
I see you, Private. Who's the big boy standing on his tippy toes?
What? No, I mean,
I just want to eat you up.
Skipper, look. Above Private, Dave's next target, Shanghai's famous mermaid penguins.
Good eye, Kowalski. And once again, you've proved that you are a meaningful and valued member of this team.
oh,
Cut to interior Shanghai Zoo. The 4 penguins are on the backs of a group of students pretending to be backpacks to blend in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shanghai Marine World is pleased to present our world-famous mermaid penguins. Tonight, our mermaids dedicate their performance to all missing penguins around the world. Stay safe, little guys, wherever you are. And we hope you come home real soon.
Keep those eyes roving, boys. Dave is a master of disguise. He could be a small child, a houseplant, maybe even you or me. Is it you, Kowalski?
They look around and finally spot someone in a diving suit, heading for the mermaid penguin exhibit. Skipper sees a tentacle pop out of the suit, grab a fish out of the bucket he's carrying, and pop out into his mouth.
Wait a minute. Bingo! Nice try, Dave. Operation Flash, Splash, and Crash is a go.
Splendid.
Take position.
Penguin feeding time will begin in 2 minutes.
Target 30 yards in closing.
In position, Skipper.
Kowalski has positioned himself on top of a large whale skeleton that is hanging from the ceiling.
Rico, report.
Rico, meanwhile, is using suction cups to stick himself to the glass on the side of the leopard seal enclosure.
And for you, Private,
yes, Skipper.
here's your mermaid costume.
What?
We need a diversion. And frankly, you're the only one of us that can pull off that look.
But I can't do more, Skipper. I want to help the team, like really help the team. If you think I'm ready, which I am, assuming you agree, and perhaps even if you don't.
I like the moxie, soldier, but right now I need a tail on that tush and the cutest smile you got. You trust me, Private?
Aye, aye, Skipper.
Hey, it's feeding time.
Dr. Octavius Brine, in a diving suit, has made his way to the penguin enclosure with the bucket of fish.
Target 10 yards from flashpoint. Private, you're up.
Private steps out wearing his mermaid costume.
You just mermaid my day. Flash is a go.
Skipper shoves Private into the crowd between Dr. Brine and the crowd of people.
Look, hey, they let one of the mermaids out of the tank.
Oh, she's so cute.
It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Shields up.
The crowd begins snapping pictures of Private, blinding Dr. Brine and halting his progress toward the penguin tank.
Target is stunned. Rico, bring the splash.
Rico sticks his butt against the glass of the leopard seal's tank and begins to taunt them. They angrily rush to the side to get at him, and it shatters, causing a tidal wave of water and seals to crash into the still stunned Dr. Brine. As Dr. Brine is swept away, a marine worker notices Private and picks him up to bring him back to the tank, containing the other penguins. Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico are too involved in their mission to notice.
Oh, what are you doing out here, cutie? Come on, back in your tank.
Meanwhile, the Northwind group arrives and begins to look around for Dave, who slides right in front of them. Dr. Brine recovers from the sealed tidal wave and pulls himself into a standing position, just in time for Kowalski to cut the ropes holding the whale's skeleton. It falls on Dr. Brine, and the ribs surrounding him like a cage.
A little late, Northwind.
Mission accomplished. High one.
The penguins high one in front of the cage, holding Dr. Brine.
What is it?
Corporal, take our prisoner, the one that belongs to us, into custody.
Corporal lifts the whale skeleton with ease, but Dr. Brine's diving suit deflates and falls to the floor.
Yes.
What?
You melted him. You birds are sick.
They all run over and see that there was a drain just below where Dr. Brine had been standing.
He's going in through the pipes.
Skipper!
Private. Private.
The penguins run over to the mermaid penguin tank just in time to see Dave sucking up all the water and all the penguins, including Private, through the pipes.
You gotta get out of there. No, 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 Private.
Skipper! No!
Okay, here we go.
Kowalski and Rico have grabbed one of the leopard seals and are charging at the mermaid tank with it like a battering ram. They crash through the glass and run toward Private, who is disappearing down the drain.
Move, move, move.
The three penguins dive into the drain pipe and emerge at the other side near the harbor, just in time to see Dave's submarine pulling away.
He's got Private. He's getting away. He's getting away.
Skipper, the Northwind's plane.
Sweet chariot of the gods. But can you fly it, man?
There's only one way to find out.
Cut to interior Northwind jet. Kowalski flips through a user manual.
No, I still can't read.
Then we're going off book.
The penguins begin pressing random buttons in order to get the ship off the ground. Meanwhile, the Northwind group runs up just as the jet begins to take off.
No, 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 no.
I'm getting the hang of this, Skipper.
Good. We're coming for you, Private.
Kowalski pushes the throttle and the jet speeds after toward the submarine.
Those ludicrous
Butterballs are letting David escape. Eva secure transport. Short fuse, Corporal. Hit us a ride.
Eva flies off and grabs a nearby fishing boat, pushing it out into the water. Short Fuse climbs onto Corporal's shoulders and aims a harpoon gun at the retreating jet.
Fire!
He fires the gun and the harpoon lodges itself into the jet's hull. Corporal ties a rope attached to the harpoon to the boat Eva has commandeered and throws a frisbee-looking device out over the water.
Go fetch!
Classified runs down the dock and leaps into the air, grabbing the frisbee, which turns out to be a zip line connector. He snaps it onto the rope and begins to ascend toward the jet.
Hold her steady.
Meanwhile, inside the Northwind jet,
Sir, David's pulling ahead. We are too heavy.
Curse our heavily cheese-dibbled diet. Rico, give me a West Helsinki fire sale. Everything must go.
Rico opens the back of the jet and begins throwing anything not nailed down to the backside, each item slamming into Classified as it is thrown out.
What the? Ow!
That's everything, sir.
Have you purged the chemical toilet?
But Rico is in there for 15 minutes.
Just do it!
Classified hears the toilet flush and sees a glob of blue liquid heading straight for his face.
No, 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 no.
Classified falls down the line back to the boat, where the other members of his team grimace at the smell of him. The line, still hooked to the Northwind jet, wraps around the large rock jutting out of the water, causing the jet to slam to a halt in midair. The penguins inside are thrown forward into the front of the plane, where one of them falls directly into the self-destruct button.
Self-destruct sequence in 5,
No, private!
4,
Stay
3,
strong, soldier!
2, 1.
The jet explodes just as the penguins roll out the back. Cut to exterior middle of the ocean. Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico are floating on a place of scrap metal from the jet, looking like shipwrecked survivors who have been stranded at the sea for days.
Skipper's log. Private has been kidnapped by Dave. But we have been cast adrift for what seems like days. No rations, fresh water, or land in sight. Kowalski's sick as a dog. And Rico, he's trying to eat him.
Please, just cut it out. Cut it out. Ugh.
Not sure how long we can hold on. This may be my final entry. Ow!
Skipper is hit by a flying cork from the champagne bottle. We pull back to see that the Northwind team are on a comfortable-looking life raft, drinking champagne and eating plates of food that look like they could be served at a gourmet restaurant.
2004 Grand Cru. And a pear and white peaches.
The salmon is delicious.
Oh, I have never been more hydrated in my life.
Let me cut you a piece of the salmon.
No, thank you. I'm stuffed.
It's the most delicious thing on the boat.
I have to loosen my utility belt.
Eva offers a sandwich to Short Fuse, who shakes his head.
No, I'm full. Just dump it in the ocean.
Eva dumps the plate of food over the side of the ocean, right next to the raft holding Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico.
You know, we're all in the same boat here.
Actually, we're not. And perhaps you could express a little more concern over the fact that you stole and destroyed a $19 million vehicle.
Bail me.
A beeping starts to sound from the control panel on the side of the Northwind's life raft. Corporal is still eating and ignores it.
We're picking up signal, sir. It's 5 clicks southwest, but it's not at the remote island.
An island appears in the distance. Dave's sub is stationed in the bay.
Land? Good on you. You tracked down land.
Land. No, silly Willie. We've been tracking your little secretary Splash mascot.
What? You put a homing device on private?
All of you, actually, when I darted you.
You low down, dirty, mangy, filthy, flea-bitten, bum-sniffing toilet drinker. But good.
See, I told you. You should have left this to the professionals.
Classified takes a bite of biscotti and crunches it loudly in Skipper's face, much like Skipper did with the Dibbles when they first met. Cut to interior Dave's sub. Dave has all the penguins lined up in cages. At one end of the room sits the death ray, pointed at a metal slab with straps to hold whatever is on it in its place. Private and the mermaid penguins are being wheeled into the room. Private is still dressed as one of the mermaids.
Ahoy there, penguins. I bet you're all just dying to know why I brought you here. No, ew. My Medusa serum doesn't kill anyone. Where's the fun in that?
So, what does it do?
Something much, much worse.
Right, but like, what specifically?
Well, that's exactly what I came up here to show you. All I need is a little test subject. Hello, little buggy boo. Chirping, because I could.
Dave's octopi strap the cricket onto the slab.
The full power of the Medusa serum.
Dave initiates the ray as the horrified penguins look on. When the dust settles, we see that the cricket has been transformed into a hideous monster version of itself.
I made a monster. I made a monster. Adorable penguins are next.
Crikey.
Who said that?
Dave begins grabbing up each of the mermaid penguins and stripping off their costumes one by one.
No. No. No.
He finally gets to Private and strips off the mermaid costume.
Yes. Gentlemen, you remember Private.
Hi, Private. You'll never get away with this, Dave. My brothers are coming, and together we'll take a wrecking ball to your whole rotten operation.
The hunt, everyone. The elite unit will be coming to us.
He boops Private on the nose. Cut to exterior jungle. Both teams are in stealth mode, each planning their own rescue operations. Classified Corporal and Short Fuse hide behind a holographic camouflage of the jungle, while Eva looks at the sub surrounded by octopi down below through a pair of binoculars.
Eva, what do you see?
My count is 30 hostiles.
31.
Pull back to reveal that Eva is the only one using the binocular. Pull back to reveal that Eva is only using one of the binocular lenses and Kowalski is pressed up against her so he can use the other one to see.
Those two are very close together. I mean, intertwined physically, but not in.
Ixnay on the Earth flag, Kowalski. Poor Private, alone, helpless in the belly of that beast.
We faced some long odds before, Skipper, but these look like the longest and oddest. If we're going to pull this off, we'll need a diversion.
Deactivating jungle camouflage.
Shh! Would you be quiet?
Listen, Classified.
Classified reactivates the hologram of the jungle camouflage.
Short Fuse, you were supposed to handcuff them to the boat.
Skipper turns the camouflage back off.
Don't you hologram me.
I tried, but they don't have hands. They're just flippers, boss. And I have flippers. So it's flipping useless.
All right, Pooch. If you won't work with us, you're going to work for us. Our plan requires a diversion.
I give the orders around here. Much as it pains me, I need you to act as our diversion for the operation. Understood?
Nope. This is our plan, and it requires you to cause a diversion.
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 Die.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
Die.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, there is only one way to resolve this.
We should kiss?
Plan off.
Yeah, plan off. That's what I was gonna say. Plan off.
Cut to exterior jungle. Skipper has drawn a crude outline of the sub in the dirt and placed a small rock in the middle of it.
Here's Dave's sub. And this young, helpless rock is Private. And here's Dave.
He pulls out a pineapple wearing a pair of sunglasses.
Well, you four blowhards divert the octopi. We strike fast, strike hard.
Skipper begins to slap the pineapple with his flippers, and the other two penguins join in.
Yeah, get on in here, boys. Slap him silly, Rico. Come on. Kowalski, free the hostages.
Corporal gets excited watching this and runs at the pineapple, slamming his fist into it and shattering it to pieces.
Now that's what I'm talking about, big guy. Private, freshly liberated, we celebrate with a well-earned high one and feast off Dave's sweet remains. Any questions?
The penguins high one, slapping here and there until one of them ends up slapping Skipper's butt.
Whoa, hey now.
Wow. I mean, truly impressive, especially the bit where you slap the fruit. Oh, dim the lights. Short fuse, glasses.
Short Fuse throws a pair of glasses at the penguins, and the North Wind team puts some on as well. Classified places the device in the middle of the group and presses a button, causing a projection to appear. It encircles the entire group and shows video projections of the North Wind's entire plan as Classified explains it. Dramatic music plays as he shows off their plan.
Oh.
My apologies. Had to rush a bit. The schematics are a little crude.
Where is that music coming from?
Wow.
All right. At 2150, Skipper, Kowalski, and Richard, was it? Divert the octopi away from their posts. At 2200, Short Fuse breaches the hull with a swarm of self-guided underwater nanocharges.
Okay, sorry.
Wait, no, this
Oh. I called them wet nabrooms.
Yes, please don't.
Cabrooms. Okay, sorry.
At 2202, knock knock.
Who's there?
The North Wind.
The Northwind who?
The North Wind who doesn't have time for knock knock jokes because we're too busy taking down Dave. Personal hover tank? Check. Auto targeting wing mounts? Why not? At 2209, mission accomplished.
Woo! Way to go, boss. That's North Wind, sucker.
Nicely done.
The projection shows Classified walking away from an exploding sub, dragging Dave behind him.
See that? I don't even look back. There's a huge explosion and I just keep walking.
la-di blah blah blah. A good plan is about more than effecty stuff and vocabulary words.
And you certainly know a good plan. I mean, your operation in Shanghai allowed Dave to escape with your boy. I've never lost a member of my team. It must feel awful. Can't imagine the guilt, the regret, the feeling that, I don't know, that it should have been you.
All for penguin plan? Kowalski and Rico raise their flippers in unison. All for the North Wind plan? The North Wind team all raise their respective hands before we see Skipper raise his flipper as well.
This is better.
What?
Sorry, boys. I can't lead you this time.
But we're a team, and you're our skipper. Skipper, we don't need these guys.
No, Kowalski, but Private does. I think it's time we leave it to the professionals.
But sir,
It's settled. We take our orders from Agent Classified now. Rico? All right, Classified. What's the diversion?
Cut to exterior submarine dock. The octopus army is standing guard around the sub when they see Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico standing nearby dressed in lederhosen. Skipper is holding an accordion.
We take this shame to our graves, boys.
Agreed.
Skipper begins to play an upbeat polka song, and all three penguins begin dancing to the upbeat tune, clapping and jumping and using their own butts as drums. After a while, the octopi join in and begin dancing and clapping as well. The penguins, still playing their song, lead the octopi into the forest and away from the sub.
Ugh.
As they leave, we see the Northwind team waiting beneath the steps of the dock.
Time.
2200 hours.
Time to take down Dave.
The team moves in the storm and storms the submarine, using explosives to detonate the doors as they enter the rooms, and maiming any octopi they see along the way. They finally get to the main control room where Dave is sitting drinking out of a juice box.
David the octopus, show me your tentacles. All of them.
As he says this, hidden octopi drop from the ceiling and capture the Northwind team. Back to exterior jungle, the octopi have chased the penguins into the jungle, but suddenly realize they're dancing on their own, as the penguins have vanished. The octopus army argues amongst themselves before splitting up to search for the penguins. After they leave the clearing, Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico descend from the trees, hanging from the accordion.
We lost him, Skipper.
Not a moment too soon. These hosen are riding up my Bundesliga.
The penguins strip out of their lederhosen and head for a cliff with a perfect view of the submarine.
All right, boys, grab your coconuts and hold them tight.
They all reach down to view and come back holding coconut halves, which they place over their ears, except for Rico, who places his on his chest like a bra.
Classified should be walking away from a huge explosion with Private on his shoulders in 3, 2, give him a welcome home, Rico!
Rico shoots fireworks out of his mouth, and a spectacular show is launched over the bay.
Woo! Yeah, in your face, Dave!
Private is back.
Woo! Welcome home, Private!
Yeah, all right.
Yeah!
Here we go. All right. Sir, the sub didn't explode, and I fear the fireworks may have been a tactical mistake.
As he says that, a group of octopi drop down from on top of them from out of the trees. Cut to interior Dave's sub. As the caged Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico are being wheeled into the room, holding the other penguins, the Northwind team, also in cages, are being wheeled out.
Stay calm, don't panic. We will still win. Be careful. Be full of love. Don't hate. Follow your dreams. Love yourself. Love other people. Pick and choose your battles in life. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Ignore the haters. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with.
Ava.
Eva turns to look at him with a blank expression, but Kowalski is undeterred.
I know.
Welcome, Skipper, Kowalski, and Rootin' Tootin' Rico. The gang's all here. The mood is electric. Is this really, finally, everybody?
All right, Dave, just what have you done with Private?
Dave turns the metal slab around to show Private strapped to it, the Medusa ray pointing right at him.
Oh, guys, you're in for it now, Dave.
Really? Anyway, great catching up. Now, who's ready to move on to live penguin testing?
You point that death ray away from Private right now.
It's not a death ray, Skipper. He's gonna turn us into monsters.
Purdue. And what comes next, Dave? Invasion. Ah! Horrible mutant penguins released on the streets of New York City.
You're the monster.
Yes, I'm the monster. Everyone made that clear to me every day of my entire life. But now, let's see how much everyone loves you when you're the monster.
Skipper!
Can't take away Private's cuteness.
He's the cute one.
Oh!
That's his thing.
What?
It's all the little guy's got.
Hmm.
You are super cute. We'd better crank this up. Drew, Barry, more power.
Negotiations are broken down.
Rico, paperclip, bust us out of here.
Kowalski begins giving Rico the Heimlich, causing him to spit out items into the baseball glove that Skipper is holding, much to Dave's amusement. He holds his tentacle tauntingly over the button to activate the ray, mocking the Penguins as they struggle to break free and save Private.
We need that paperclip. Chop, chop, soldier. No, where's the paperclip?
Private suddenly remembers that he swallowed the paperclip earlier, and while everyone's attention is focused elsewhere, he begins to gag in an effort to cough it up. We see him on the slab one more time before Dave presses the button and activates the ray.
Private, no!
When the dust clears, the slab is empty, save for a large burn mark where Private once was. The Penguins look on in terror, while Dave looks shocked. A lone feather floats toward the Penguin's cage, and Skipper gently catches it out of the air.
Private.
Oh no.
I disintegrated him. That wasn't supposed to happen.
You maniac! You blew him up!
No.
Oh well, this is why we test things, people. I'll have to lower the power for the others. Full speed ahead, gentlemen. The monsters are due in Manhattan.
Cut to interior submarine torture room. The Northwind team is tied up together on a sort of roller coaster cart with an octopus guard in front of them, standing at a control panel.
Octopus, whatever Dave's paying you, I'll double it. But yes? Does anyone speak octopus?
Sorry.
No, not a clue.
Blasted. You free us, we give you many fishes. Nom nom nom. What is that?
The octopus has pressed a button on the control panel, causing their cart to turn around so they can see a large and overabundant carnival of death, which they are about to ride into.
Oh, great.
Oh no, this is it.
I don't want to die all squishy.
I don't want to die on squishy.
Just when it looks like it's the end of it for the North Wind, their cart stops and turns back in the direction it came, away from the death traps. Classified holds on to Corporal for dear life, his eyes closed, not realizing they have escaped death.
We're dead. Dead. Oh no, we're dead. We're dead.
I pushed a button.
Private is standing over the octopus guard, holding a baseball bat. He presses another button and the ropes fall off the team, releasing them.
Super, well done, Private.
Good work, Malinky. Classified finally separates himself from Corporal and resumes his normal sense of composure.
Yeah.
Pushing, compliment, praise, etc. All right, agents. We are back in business.
The five of them run out of the room, but Private stops when he realizes the Northwind team is heading toward the exit instead of toward Dave and the captive penguins.
Wait. Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, all those penguins. They're this way.
And so is a massive army of octopi. As soon as we return to the Northwind headquarters, grab fresh equipment, and work out a smashing new plan, we'll come speeding back and take down Dave.
But those penguins are in danger. We have to go now.
Again, huge army of octopi.
So, because you failed once, you're just running away.
We did not fail, and we are not running away. We are just very sensibly regrouping.
Skipper wouldn't care. Plan or no fancy equipment or no, he'd never leave a man behind.
Well, I suppose we can't all be penguins, can't we?
No, but maybe you should be.
Private turns and walks away, revealing a burn mark on his butt where he narrowly missed getting affected by the Medusa ray. The Northwind team watches him go, before Classified and the rest of his team turn to go in the other direction.
Come on.
Cut to interior penguin holding area. Dave is putting on his Dr. Brine disguise while rising on a platform out of the sub. Skipper grabs the edge of the platform and hangs off of it as it rises.
Showtime, everyone. Files for the Big Apple.
Listen up, Doris. You turn us into freaks and then what? You think that's gonna make everybody love you?
They'll despise you.
He uses a tentacle to push Skipper off the platform. He falls, but Rico and Kowalski catch him.
And I'm
You're
sure.
gonna love that.
Exterior New York Battery Park. A large group of New Yorkers is crowded at the edge of the park, holding signs that say, "Welcome back, Penguins," and wearing all sorts of penguin fanatic gear.
Breaking news. The missing penguins have been found. Okay, according to my notes, genetic researcher Dr. Octavius Brine has found the penguins and is bringing them here to New York's Battery Park. The penguins are coming back. Oh my gosh. Look.
Dr. Brine's sub emerges from the harbor, with him standing on top. With great flourish, he grabs a microphone and addresses the crowd.
Penguin lovers of the world, guess who I found? Easy. Penguins get what they deserve. We'll make it all worthwhile.
What a weird thing to say. I'm so excited.
Dr. Brine flips a switch on the mic so that he's addressing the octopi inside the sub, rather than the crowd in front of him.
Do it.
The penguins are all gathered in a large room that include the Medusa Ray. Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico are huddled together over Private's feather, mourning him. They don't see him standing above them, banging on the window and trying to get their attention.
Skipper! Skipper! Rico! Kowalski! I'm up here! I'm here! Up here!
It's like I could still hear Private's little voice calling to us.
You have to get out of there! Move!
You have a great honor there. Move.
Why would he move?
What are you asking me for? I'm not Private's little ghost.
They suddenly turn around only to notice the Medusa Ray in front of them, ready to fire. One of Dave's henchmen fires a Medusa Ray at Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and all of the penguins as Private watches in horror.
No!
Exterior Battery Park. Dr. Brine is addressing the crowd.
Are you ready?
Yeah!
Your new and improved.
He pushes another button on his mic, and the back of the submarine opens. The penguins all run out, but they're not their usual cute and cuddly selves. They're hideously deformed monsters.
Penguins! Penguins! Penguins!
What?
People love you. Just go give them a hug.
The penguins all run into the crowd, causing the people to run away in panic.
What's happening? Nobody likes you anymore? Well, the fun games are just beginning. Watch this, penguins. Someone call the exterminators.
The New Yorkers all whip out their phones and dial the exterminators, which of course they have on speed dial. Immediately, large exterminator vans arrive and begin sucking up the monstrous penguins.
Exterminators take you away. You never come back.
Meanwhile, Private is watching everything from the mouth of the sub.
Oh dear, oh no, oh no, oh no, what do I do? What do I do?
He turns and sees two octopi heading right for him.
Crikey. Come on then. You want to go? You want to have some argy-bargy? Ah!
He courageously charges at the octopi, much to their surprise. But just as he is about to run headlong into them, he suddenly turns and runs down a nearby dark hallway. The octopi stand there, confused. When Private returns from the darkness, riding Dave's Medusa Ray, he crashes through the guards and drives the ray into the park, then runs off in search of his brothers.
Woohoo! Yeehaw!
What a wonderful day in the park.
Private finds the deformed Skipper attacking and eating everything he sees.
Skipper, wait, hold on. What are you doing?
Skipper shoves an entire cat into its mouth.
No, Skipper, don't eat that. Skipper, listen, it's me, Private. I've got a plan, but I need your help. I need my skipper.
Private?
Yes, that's it.
Private! Private, you're alive! Oh, God!
He hacks the cat back up and it yowls as it runs away. He hugs Private and they run off in search of Kowalski and Rico. They find the ladder and he uses tentacled arms to try and throw a metal barrel at them.
Kowalski, you gotta get a grip.
Kowalski, Eva is worried about you.
She is. What did she say? Did she say my name specifically? I mean, were there tears? Details? Come on, tell me, Private. You're alive. Oh, come here.
He hugs Private with its tentacle arm.
This feels a little awkward, but I'm happy.
They find Rico, who is eating everything in sight.
Rico, you need to listen to us. I guess you're kind of the same either way.
Whoa!
Heads up! Looks like we're back in business, boys, and our business is saving penguin kind. Who's with me?
Count me in.
Let's do this.
Ooh-ah.
Yeah.
They jump on top of a food cart umbrella and spin around, posing as they do.
Let's create and feel momentum. Sir, how long do we have to stand here like this?
Until we've reached maximum coolness.
The camera keeps circling until it's shot at Skipper, which with Kowalski and Private posing on either side, and Rico, who has giant dragon wings, behind them.
There it is. Now all we need is a plan.
I've got one.
Hey, what?
Private goes over to the ray and takes the Medusa serum out.
You stole Dave's ray?
Well, I figured we could reverse the ray and we could turn everyone back to normal.
Reverse the ray?
That's brilliant, but it's impossible. In order to reverse the ray, we would need to replace the Medusa serum with a power source of almost immeasurable cuteness.
Immeasurable cuteness? Where the heck are we supposed to get that?
Private has jumped inside the ray and placed on suction cup on his butt. Kowalski is holding the remote detonator for the ray.
No, wait, Private. No, we don't know what that'll do to you.
In his panic, he inadvertently knocks the remote from Kowalski's flipper, and when it falls, the button is pressed. A sparkly pink beam shoots out of the ray and hits a passing penguin, who turns back into his normal, cute self.
All right.
The ray, it works. It
Private!
works.
Private, are you okay?
Yes.
Skipper, Rico, and Kowalski gasp in surprise as they notice Private has sprouted a hand growing out of his butt.
Whoa, butt hand. That's a hand attached to his butt. That was not there before.
Get out of there. That's an order.
Permission to defy order.
Permission denied.
Deny your denial.
It's too risky, Private. It already made you sprout a butt hand.
I know it has to be me this time. And I think you know it too.
Concerned about Private's sacrifice, Skipper places his flipper on the glass where Private has placed his butt hand on the other side. They exchange smiles before Private reattaches himself to the ray using his butt hand.
I'm the secret weapon.
I'm happy, and yet, now that I have my revenge, I feel empty. As if what I needed all along was revenge. Okay, Robin, write this down. Tomorrow we move on to kittens, bunnies, pandas.
Suddenly, he sees a team of penguins gearing up for their plan. He rips off his human costume and races toward it.
They're on the ray. Helen, hunt them down. William, hurt them. Hallie, bury them. Hugh, Jack, man the battle stations. Kevin, bake on. We're still gonna need that victory cake.
Kowalski and Rico are taping Dave's snow globe collection to the front of the ray so that the beam will have a prism effect when fired. Skipper holds the remote detonator.
We're only gonna get one shot at this, boys. How we doing on those snow globes?
Beam splitter, ready. Fire at will.
Skipper sees Dave heading for them. He salutes Private one more time before pressing the button.
Do it, Skipper.
Nothing happens. Skipper presses it again, but still nothing. He looks down, and the battery symbol is flashing on the remote.
Dead batteries?
Game over, Skipper.
No.
Private notices a nearby grocery store.
Rico, batteries, Skipper, Kowalski, hold off those octopi. We're doing this now.
You heard, Private. Deploy!
Kowalski and Skipper fight off the octopus army in an attempt to get them from the reaching Private.
Get back, you aquatic savages!
Behind you, beside you, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. They're coming from every direction.
There's just too many of them.
Suddenly, an ice cream truck barrels through the army of octopi, scattering them. The truck crashes into the submarine just as the North Wind team emerges from it. They slow-mo walk away from the truck and the sub as it both explode, all without looking back.
Whoa.
You came back.
Classified salutes Private just before the entire team gets sucked into an exterminator van.
Oh, that's why you look back at the explosion.
Interior convenience store. Rico is wandering around looking for batteries when he spies a display of cheesy dibbles, including new organic dibbles. He grabs one of each bag and looks back and forth at them, trying to decide which to get. Back at the battle in the park, Skipper and Kowalski are having a hard time keeping the octopi away from Private. Dave is there now, and he throws Kowalski into one of the exterminator vans. Rico is exiting the store with a bag full of dibbles and sees all of this, forcing him to rush over to give Skipper the batteries.
Suck it up, Kowalski.
No.
Fallback positions. Stay away from Private.
It's over, Skipper.
Over? That's weird. Then why is Rico throwing me a fresh pair of double A's?
Rico throws the batteries at Skipper, who loads them into the remote, but before he can push the button, Dave smacks it out of his flipper.
No, the remote!
Dave throws Skipper and Rico toward the exterminator van.
Rico, dibble me!
Rico throws a bag of cheesy dibbles at Skipper, and he pops open the bag, causing one dibble to fly through the air in slow motion. It lands perfectly on top of the button of the remote, activating the ray, which Dave is sitting on top of. The sparkly pink beam shoots out, and soon, cute penguins are tumbling out of the exterminator vans back to their original selves.
It worked! Private! Excuse me, emergency, coming through, make a hole! Make a hole!
Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico push their way through the crowd of happy penguins until they're at the ray, which Private is still inside. A purple-spotted egg-like rock begins to grow around him.
Don't worry, a chrysalis is just forming around you. That's perfectly normal.
As the penguins stand there staring at Private's purple tomb, Corporal smashes through the glass of the ray and picks up Private's egg, gently settling it down on the ground in front of Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico.
Private.
Suddenly, the egg starts to crack, and then it shatters, spraying goo all over the penguins, much like in the beginning when Private first hatched out of his egg. Private sits up, and the first thing they notice is that he's purple.
Private?
He turns his head, and we see that he has sprouted moose antlers.
Oh, look at that. Majestic.
Hello.
Private!
Oh, hey.
What's wrong? What are you?
Whoa, look out for the...
Have I got something?
Watch out, cover your eyes.
Okay, looking out.
Is there a thing?
Don't turn your head.
So how do I look?
The three penguins huddle up and look at each other, nodding in agreement.
You're hideously disfigured and will probably be hunted for sport.
What?
Skipper elbows Kowalski.
What?
If there's anything we've learned on this delightful adventure, Kowalski, it's that looks don't matter. It's what you do with it that counts. And look.
The penguins from all over the world look at Private. To his delight, baby penguins pop out from behind parent penguins.
Yes, sir, you are the most valuable and meaningful member of this team.
Private salutes Skipper, who salutes back. Kowalski and Rico salute as well. Skipper does Private's salute by crossing his eyes and sticking out his tongue. Private does the same and laughs. All the penguins in the North Wind cheer for Private.
Nicely done. Way to go, Private, you did it.
We're so proud of you.
You saved us.
We love you, Private.
Yeah, we love you.
You the penguin!
Point of view, New York skyline. A now adorable Dave appears on top of all the buildings as he pulls himself up on one of them, spreading his tentacles all over New York.
Ramirez.
Dave.
Dave.
Dave laughs evilly as he propels himself forward toward the penguins, only to reveal that he is inside the New York snow globe. He isn't ginormous. He's tiny and adorable.
What? Are you kidding me?
Dave. Look at you.
You think this is over? I'm just getting started. I'm about to.
What do we do with him now?
Aww. A girl walks up and sees Dave in the snow globe. Skipper throws it to her and she catches it, putting her finger on the glass. Dave puts his tentacle up on the other side of the glass and smiles.
There you go, kid.
Cool.
I hope you find happiness, Dave.
The girl then starts shaking the snow globe violently as she walks away. It's snowing! It's snowing! It's snowing! It's snowing!
Right. Now, this is difficult for me to say, but
Is it osteoporosis? You just gotta lean into the vowels.
no. I want to say, you four are the bravest agents I've ever known. Point is, I was wrong about you. I hope there's some way I can make it right.
Get us jetpacks.
We should kiss.
Whoa. Wait, did you just say?
Eva dips Kowalski, kissing him, while using her other wing to block the camera. To the disgust of Kowalski's comrades, Skipper covers Private's eyes while Rico almost throws up. As soon as Eva lowers her wing, Kowalski has lipstick marks all over his face.
Well, that feels right.
I think I'd actually prefer a jetpack, please.
Ooh, I think we should go with Private's idea.
Cut to Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Private fly joyously over New York Harbor in their new jetpacks.
Kowalski, what's our trajectory?
95% certain this will end in massive flaming disaster.
And the other 5%?
Irrelevant, sir. Jetpacks are awesome.
Agreed.
Who says penguins can't fly?
Yeehaw! Booyah!
Cut to black.
Skipper, we are gonna turn me back to normal, right?
Absolutely. First thing Monday.
On-screen text reads, Thursday afternoon. Open on Mort from Madagascar stationed inside the Medusa ray, which is aimed at Private. King Julian stands nearby, holding the remote detonator.
I want to push the button.
Give me that.
Hey, Steeler.
Let's do this. I'm ready.
Okay, on 3. 1, 3, go. I'm just going to press it. Just a little practice push. Okay, I'm not going to press it. Why are you smacking my hand? Hey, look over there.
King Julian distracts Kowalski and presses the button.
Julian.
The sparkly pink beam shoots out once again, and Private is transformed back into his normal, cute self.
Hey,
Now that's the Private we know and love. High one.
Immeasurable cuteness right there.
good to be back. I feel like a fridge fry. I'm okay.
And with cuteness to spare. Come on, frosty mugs and herring juice all around. Private's buying.
What?
You know, if I'm being honest, I expected a little more pizzazz.
Mort swallows Julian whole.
Yes! Now that's pizzazz.
Move it, move it.
The end.
Thank you guys so much. That was awesome. Great job. And scene.
That is accurate.